All right, so I decided to try a different technique to make a folding game board. This game board has 6 pieces to it. And let me just go ahead and show you right now. So, this is for, by the way, my build of the Manhattan Project Energy Empires. Okay, so first of all, we unfold like this. That is duct tape. You can also use, and probably should be using, bookbinding tape. But me personally, I'm okay with using duct tape. All right, and then let's fold it out like this, and you start to see a little bit of the graphics. There you go. So that's actually 2/3 of the game board now. And then let's unfold this other 1/3 here. And there you go. The whole thing is unfolded. And I don't know if you can see it in the video, but okay, so here's what's different. I used laminated cardstock for the top part, right? So it tends to give a glossy finish and a kind of more deluxe finish to the surface of the game board. And then, but it is, as you can see here, quite thick. This is 6 layers of cardstock glued together. So that gives it a more deluxe and substantial feel. Let me go ahead and show you the back side. The back side is actually pretty simple. There's only 2 strips of duct tape at these locations here. And then, so that side of it folds on the back part, and then this side of it folds on the other part. And so it took me a little bit of figuring out spatial thinking to think about like which is going to fold where, but I think I finally got it. And as you can see, when it's all folded up, it's pretty thick and it's pretty hefty. And let me go ahead and unfold it one more time. There you go. All ready for playing. The one thing, I hate to point out the imperfections here, but the one thing that is unique about this particular print and play is that each of these sections is not actually the same dimensions. The middle sections are actually a little bit wider than the corner sections. And when I measured the backing pieces and cut them, I cut them appropriate for each. So there's thinner backing pieces for the corners, and there's, thicker and then wider and then narrower. So wider backing pieces for the centers, the 2 center pieces, and then slimmer, slightly slimmer, about 1/2 inch maybe, for the corners. When I was putting them together, I mixed them up. Ouch. So I put slim pieces in the middle for the backing, and then the wider pieces on this side, which caused me to have to, I don't know if you can actually see it, trim the middle pieces a little bit. So that 0 in the 70, as you can see, is a little bit cut off. This 0 over here in the 20 space is a little bit cut off. Fortunately, it doesn't look super obvious unless you really point it out. So it bugs me, but it doesn't bug me enough that I'm going to need to redo the board. I'm going to live with it because overall, I really like this kind of folding action here. Okay, so that's a quick tour of my 6-fold board for the Manhattan Project Energy Empire. Let me unfold it one more time. And so just to clarify, the new technique here is I decided to do a hybrid. Usually I'll do like a folding board that is just laminated cardstock, which is thinner. I'll give you a short example. This is my folding board that I made out of laminated cardstock for Arkham Horror. This is actually bigger. This is a 9-piece folding board. Right, you can't see the whole thing, but you get the idea, right? And it's thin. It's thin, but it's more like a mat rather than a board. But the big difference that I wanted to make with the current build, the Manhattan Project Energy Empire, is that I really wanted it to be thick and deluxe feeling. And so I think I've achieved that. It's not perfect 100%, but it does the job. Okay, so that is a quick tour of my 6-fold board for Manhattan Project Energy Empire. Until next time, this has been Martin. Hey, thanks for watching.